Welcome to our reflection on Sunday for April 26th. As we just had in our April 24th video, a special presentation from our annual conference, I would like to use today's reflection on Sunday to share with you another presentation from our annual conference. This next video will be a video explanation of the path of ministry. The California Pacific Annual Conference will be following in the upcoming weeks, months, and years. I would like for you to be in prayer over that. And as we look at the concept of ending spiritual and physical hunger, I would like to also add to this video the ways that we are doing that at North Coast United Methodist Church. Please enjoy this video.
Hi, this is Bishop Grant Hagia, resident bishop of the California Pacific Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. As your bishop, I am grateful for all that we have accomplished together. I, along with the leaders of our CalPAC Annual Conference, invite you on a journey towards the fulfillment of a grand vision. We are called to care for one another and those around us. This is real and true, regardless of any differing theological stances or political views. God calls us to alleviate all forms of suffering and oppression. As the people of the California Pacific Conference, our quest is to do so with vitality, creativity, and an eye towards transforming the systems, structures, and behaviors that do not serve our mission. In this video, you will hear and see how we will do this. I encourage you to receive this presentation as an invitation and a charge. Together, with God's help, we will work towards ending spiritual and physical hunger. Thank you.
The California Pacific Conference has been home to many cultures, languages, perspectives, and ideas for many years.
One of the hallmarks of the conference is its rich diversity of peoples, habitats, and landscapes.
We have long expressed a desire to be a place where all are welcome to thrive. Throughout the years, Episcopal, clergy, and lay leaders have championed causes, programs, and campaigns to address a plethora of needs locally and abroad.
The California Pacific Conference has been a place and people open to theology and practices etched in orthodoxy and those emerging all around us.
Though we have long been a beacon of hope and a haven for many, we have longed for something other than a crisis to pull us closer together and to propel us.
Some believe that in the absence of General Conference, that the work of the annual conference, districts, and local churches are on hold. None of us have to look very far to see the contrary.
Local churches have responded with great vigor to the COVID crisis and have found ways to make and to sustain connection.
As we continue the work of making disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world, we also need a vision that is compelling, inspiring, and unifying.
A true vision is one that is larger than life, something that we cannot attain on our own or quite possibly in this lifetime.
Yet, it is so compelling and inspiring that we cannot delay our actions or commitment. We move ahead in pursuit of what we must be so that disciples are made and the world is transformed along the way.
After reviewing pronouncements, programs, and other efforts offered in the past, taking into account the extensive visioning process we undertook a few years ago, mining the notes from listening posts and annual conference conversations hosted by our delegation, there are clear callings and realities that speak to who we are and where God is calling us.
Those things that bind us together
are our understandings of grace,
our reliance on connection,
and our commitments to service.
Our vision.
Ending spiritual and physical hunger.
Hungers are those longings, desires, and needs that require grace, connection, and service to hear and to heal.
Of course, we know we cannot end all forms of hunger on our own or in our lifetimes, yet it is imperative that we give our all to what we can to move in that direction.
We rely on who we are as a people of the California Pacific Conference.
Grace is our collective and individual understandings of acceptance and expressions of God's favor among us. It spans all theological and political spectrums of the conference. We believe God's grace is available to all.
Connection. No matter how people feel about the United Methodist Church or other iterations of the church, we want to make disciples and transform the world with others. We want to be connected and to make the world a better place for current and future generations.
Service. We transform the world, the systems, and relations that do not serve the greater good by serving in mission, caring for the needs that need attention in this present age.
Ending spiritual and physical hunger is our why. It's why we accept God.
Ending spiritual and physical hunger is not a program. It is our vision.
It's not a slogan. It's our vision.
It's not a tagline. It's our vision.
It is what drives activities each day at every level of the church.
Ending spiritual and physical hunger allows us opportunities to identify and nurture the hungers we have and that we see in ourselves, in our homes, in our ministries, in our communities, and in the world.
We move ahead and in what is referred to and depicted as murmurations.
If you've ever seen a strange configuration and reconfiguration of birds moving about the sky, it was most likely the handiwork of starlings.
Their movements and creativity have long baffled scientists who sought to understand the form and function of their patterns and behaviors. Though it's been proven they create these murmurations as defense and as a way of keeping warm, we also know that they are able to move quickly and easily because they key off the activity and movement of the 7 closest birds.
If any of those 7 birds move, those closest to it move, and thus the patterns are constantly shifting and changing. The destination does not change, but the patterns do. Getting there is different each time and differs based on conditions.
The murmurations are depictions of generous trust, extravagant nimbleness, and clear communication. Each one in the system has permission to move, and they are not waiting to be told to move or how to move. The conditions and those around it make these determinations.
For the California Pacific Conference, one murmuration toward ending spiritual and physical hunger can be that of addressing the causes of burnout and fatigue brought on by the pandemic and distance between us.
Another murmuration toward ending spiritual and physical hunger can be that of planning for sustainable ministry models for the next 2 or 3 years.
Another murmuration toward ending spiritual and physical hunger can be anti-racism work, advancing policies and behaviors that lessen the burdens felt by many communities and impacts all of us.
Ending spiritual and physical hunger is not a program.
It's not something new to do.
It is why we do what we do.
It is how we intend to live our lives
and to transform the world.
North Coast United Methodist Church is a celebration of people working together to show the image of grace at unique times.
Our admin council continued to meet with our normal content, but over Zoom. Our main goal was to keep as much functioning as possible, but in a safe way. And we also wanted to assist the pastor in whatever ways possible to expand the worship services as he was moving into other safe methods. It quickly became obvious that the Admin Council would be the best group to address COVID plans as we moved through various requirements for meetings. We used a divide and conquer method to research questions and then come together to decide our courses of action.
We continued in missions and collected funds for the Interfaith Shelter Network so that individuals in housing transition could stay in hotels and receive fresh meals. We became a collection point for Brother Benno's and Got Your Back backpacks and the Oceanside Food Bank. We also worked through our benevolence team to provide funds for individuals with specific needs and continued our support of the United Methodist Committee on Relief.
This has been a productive year in stabilizing our physical environment. We of the trustees have improved fire preparedness, removed insect pests, abated weeds and trimmed trees, improved our building security with cameras, repaired alarm system and new security patrol, installed an ADA handicapped ramp, installed wireless thermostats that will reduce utility bills, and repaired the windows in the sunshine room.
We have been blessed with so many volunteers, from ushers to Sunday school teachers to our powerful phone committee. All of these dear friends who have been here to welcome individuals on our campus, to help our young children, and through the work of our phone committee to reach out to our at-home members to remind them that they are loved, remembered, and cared for.
Since the pandemic started and we had to close our sanctuary, we've had to hold outside and Zoom services and YouTube services. We have more than doubled our viewers, and we've encouraged new people to join us in worship every week. This has resulted in more exposure than we ever had at North Coast United Methodist Church before the pandemic. It has been my joy and pleasure to see our numbers grow through online media.
We continued with our care of our younger children, holding Zoom-based kids club meetings, sending home Sunday school packets, as well as holding on-site gatherings outside social distance so that the children would have an opportunity to meet together. We have currently reestablished our Sunday school program outside social distance with masks so that our dear friends can have a place to celebrate the grace of Jesus Christ. As you can tell from these short videos, North Coast United Methodist Church's story of the pandemic has been living within the acknowledgement that we are an active, functioning body of Christ, making sure that each appendage, each part, had a place to play as the whole body worked together to care for the body as we continued to share in missions, worship, and community care.